Hello, it's a brand new day. Hello, it's a brand new day. Bitch. Beep. Boop, 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 boop. Well, okay. New day. Today is Monday, the 20th of May, 2024. Fuck, time is flying. Time is flying. It feels like just not too long ago it was the year 2000. And now it's 2024. I'm gonna be dead soon. I'm gonna be dead soon. I think I'll be dead. You know, if I'm expecting at least 2050 or 2060 at least, since I'm trying to be healthy. But you know, if shit happens, that's gonna suck. So, whoop-de-doo. Hope there's aliens or something from another dimension that can probably save us. Save us all from this bullshit. Save us all from this bullshit. So what's new this week? This week I want to talk about my my family. A little bit. Usually it is because that's what I do. I'm just home all the time. But today is more my parents' side. Yeah, I think they're being fucked. It goes back to this. If you have to lie or oink, how do I put this? Okay, let me start again. There's no episode 2 in any TV drama series if nobody lies or tells a tale. There's no episode 2. So you kind of have to lie or hide something for there to be episode 2. I hope I said that right. So if you don't tell the truth, if you have to hide something and blah blah blah, then there's room for episode 2. But if you don't, then you just have a movie, or maybe not even, because to have a movie, someone must have lied or hid something from someone else or from themselves. Usually that's how it works. But it could be a docu-movie, right? Okay, drama then. Anything that's got drama. If you have to bring human emotions into it, then someone's been cheating, someone's been lying, someone's been telling fibs and fobs and bullshit. So, back to my family. Bit of miscommunication between, my father and my sister. They're having shit. Nothing too extreme. Just nothing a bit of 100% honesty and pure communication can't solve. So do that. Yeah, try solve it. Just try to some communication. All right, next subject. My immediate family. Right now, Zara, I'm talking to you. You are very lucky. At the age of 7, I think you figured out most things. Some things took me up until the age of 33, 30, maybe, an older age to figure out because my parents never knew. And I had to do research myself. But she's very lucky because last night I asked my daughter if she wanted to watch some horror movies because I always felt like some horror movies. She said, yeah, kind of, maybe, just in case it's too scary. And then and then she asked if it's today, if we're going to watch it tonight. This was last night. And then I said, no, not tonight. Maybe tomorrow because I'm tired. And then she says, fuck you. Okay. The word fuck you. So this is what I figured out yesterday. I don't want to drag this out. It's not even worth. It's just something I figured out at the age of 33, 34. I can't remember how old I am. I'm dying soon. So the word you is the big problem. So my daughter said fuck you. My wife got upset. It's like you shouldn't talk to your dad that way. For me, it's like I kind of get both sides. In a way, you shouldn't use the swear words at the wrong time. Like if it's wrong timing, if it's not funny, and they keep repeating a swear word while it's not funny, then don't use it because people just get pissed off at you. But if you say it at the right time when it's hilarious, which most of the time they're starting to get, but sometimes they do use it at the wrong time. But last night didn't seem like a timing issue because I try to explain to my wife it's more of a timing issue. Then she says it's no, it's something you shouldn't just say it out. What if if it happens outdoors and it becomes like something you just say all the time? Like, I get it, to your friends and your family should be fine, but you do get crazy people that might stab you. So, after a bit of discussion, my wife told my daughter not to say it again. And then I just kept sitting there like thinking. I'm like trying to figure out like what the fuck's going on. Then she told me how she went downstairs and talked to her, and then they kind of semi figured it out. Well, I kind of asked her like, do you feel like it's fully fixed? Like, what percentage? She said 98%. I'm like, shit, that's high, because I felt more 80% confident. But obviously people have different perspective, but that's not important. The main point is the you word. Okay? The main point is the you word. My daughter said fuck you. And, the only time you should use this is what we figured out. The only time you should use the you word, and it's with swear words like fuck you, you shit, you whatever, whatever with a you. Whenever you're ready to use you, be ready for a fight. Be ready for someone to be defensive or pounce at you or punch you or stab you or shoot you. So never use the word you with any swear word, because that's a trigger word. That's a word where people can start, flipping out. And that's what happened yesterday, in all fairness to my wife, because she doesn't want to be treated that way. She doesn't appreciate people swearing at her. Notice at, because of the you word. Okay, this is getting technical. I know I might be being a bitch, but just sit down, just let and think about it. I'm just trying to give examples. Huh. This can charge my vape. Yes, I'm still vaping. I should stop. I ordered Zen. Well, I don't know what the hype is, but I ordered it. Hopefully I get it in the next 1 or 2 days and see what the fuss is about. Caffeine pills or gum, whatever it is. Must be Rogan's shenanigans to make it so popular. So, back to the you word. Don't use you unless you're ready to fight. So don't say fuck you. Instead, say fuck. I banged my toe. Fuck you. Actually, you can, because you're ready to fight because you banged your toe. That's a bad example. Would you like some ice cream? Fuck you. No, that's offensive. Even if you say it nicely, I think. Let's try it. Would you like some ice cream? Fuck you. What the fuck? No, that doesn't work. Fuck you? That's like a question. Would you like some ice cream? Fuck you. Almost Indian, but more vocal. Okay. So, yeah, it just doesn't sound right. Don't use you unless you're ready to fight. I don't want to dwell on it, but sit on it. I'm pretty confident. Like, from my 80%, I'm up to 98%. So, yeah. Don't use the you word unless you're ready to fight. So, it's not the swear word that's offensive. It's the you and who you're targeting it to. And you can't just say, like, you bang your toe, fuck you, and there's two people. It's only you and another person in the room. The other person is going to assume it's them, because the you word is usually used on humans. So if you don't explain yourself that you banged your toe and you're swearing at a table corner or something, be ready to fight from that human. So just telling you to be a bit more self-aware of using the you word, because that can and may fuck you up at the wrong time if used incorrectly. I woke up in the middle of night. Excuse me. I woke up in the middle of the night. I need to start talking slower, but not too slow, because it gets too fucking boring. I woke up in the middle of the night, had a good pee, and then, I looked at my phone and started chatting with GPT about Hot Wheels. Like, because if they keep repeating, okay, here's a bit of a insider secret for collectors out there. Not really a secret. You can just ask GPT and it kind of just tells you, or if you just Google enough or dug into it. But I don't like digging into shit. Sometimes I find GPT to be slightly more efficient than most Google searches because I'm not as premium. Okay, where's the time? Anyways, what I was saying is insider secrets on Hot Wheels, but not really a secret because you can find out. I just went around in a circle again. Fast and Furious Hot Wheels have some kind of license which allows them to keep repeating models and makes and colors. Colors mainly. I'm more concerned about the colors because if it looks the same, it's like the same Hot Wheel. The only difference is the card art. The thing is they repeat models and colors for Fast and Furious Hot Wheels. They are the most popular, some models in that series or set or theme. Theme is probably the right word. But if it does repeat, it looks the same. The value, obviously doesn't go up as high. It's like having Charizard, same artwork, same board. It's like basic. It's a reprint. That's what it is. It's a reprint, but slightly different. Not exactly the same, but it's a reprint. Yeah, not of the same set. I'm talking about a new set, and then they reprint like the same. It's the same shit. Just maybe the artwork is like the design, not the artwork. The design is slightly different. Oh no, yeah, okay. Blah. What does that mean for dumb shits? Notice I didn't say you dumb shits, because if I said you dumb shits, then no one wants to listen to that. That's offensive. I understand. I don't like to be called you dumb shit. But for dumb shits out there, not you guys watching, but for dumb shits out there that don't know and don't have the privilege to understand this, is if you buy anything on reprint, the value doesn't go up as much. It still will. If it's a reprint and it's popular, it follows inflation. There. Okay? It just follows inflation. And what's inflation, right? We're not talking quarterly at point something, or 2% or whatever. And we're not talking made up numbers that's like pushed down by the fucking Reserve Bank. Inflation is fucking high. And it averages around 7%. Like real estate. If real estate is 7%, then it's just where it is. It's just where it is. 7% at the moment. Like, it could have been less in previous years. Like, maybe 20, 30 years ago, it might have been, 4%, 5%. And even further back, maybe 2%. Because there was a limit. And for some reason, people just thought of, people, yeah. Well, it is people in the government that thinks or the Reserve Bank, that thinks that it's all right to just keep printing money. I don't care because I can play the game. I understand the game. I can play it, but maybe everyone should be educated in this. But I think there is. I think people are starting to understand that inflation is quite a bit. I think the people that do understand, once you get it, you stop working. You suddenly just stop working because whatever you're working for right now, the income that's set to come in, doesn't matter the amount, it's just gonna shrink because of inflation. So let's say it goes, whatever you make that year, by the time it's the end of year, whatever the amount that you thought was okay a year ago, well, at the beginning of the year, if you thought this amount was okay, you worked a whole year. By the time you finish that year, whatever amount you just made in that year has just declined in value by 7%. Or in better terms, in more correct math sense, has actually increased by 7%. Like everything else because of the shrinkage of money. I definitely missed some nouns in there. But yeah, it should make sense. 7%. You're just gonna be 7%. That's quite a big number. Like, fuck. Like, even GST at 15% is a huge number. Huge number. So if you can save your GST, like start a company and just buy everyone should start a company on what their highest expenditure is, because by starting a company on that expenditure, you can already drop and save 15% of your yearly spending. Whatever the fuck it is that you're spending money on, usually it's food. You just have to start an Instagram page or a YouTube page and start taking photos of your food. And then you got to start saving that 15%. I'm not talking about restaurant spending. I'm talking about just grocery spending. Groceries. Fuck, that's where all the money is these days. You think it's restaurants? No, that's when you're a kid. When you grow up and have a family of your own, groceries seems to be, number one spending, which is fair because, if you start eating better and it doesn't matter what price bracket you're in or income bracket you're in better terms, groceries can never shrink. It can never be less because the more wealthy you are, the more premium shit you want to eat. It gets to a point where some people just order like oysters from Europe and have it shipped halfway around the world just to eat it the next day. Like, you can eat whatever the fuck you want. It's crazy. And people do that occasionally. Or maybe if you're super rich, then you can do it all the day. Like, all the time, every day. I'm speaking in one dimension while thinking in 2 dimensions. That is work. I need 2 mouths. I think this podcast thing is good because I think a lot in my head and I kind of just go. You start slow, then you go into hyperdrive and then you go fucking crazy. But if you don't speak it out as much and actually process it outwards, externally, you do get lost. Not really lost. You just go into your own zone. You're living in a weird dimension that no one has been there because you're traveling constantly and people don't know. Yeah, that's the system. The system's like just one dimension. And you can't just live in one dimension. That's why it's like when you talk to people that are working for other people, because the only way to have one dimension thinking is if you stay at home. This is another thing I learned that I taught myself. You gotta let your kids fall, right? You gotta let them grow. The only way for them to grow is they have to fall. Fall, whatever. And if your kid stays, this is my problem. I used to work for Dad. I thought that was enough money because he has a lot of money. My dad has a lot of money, I thought. And then you just think your life is set. Like, fuck it. Right? Fuck it. But then you realize it's not a lot of money. Even though it is, like, I'm not denying it. Compared to all the money in the world, it's not a lot of money. Right? It doesn't matter who you are. Compared to all the money in the world, it's not a lot of money. Maybe not money, like wealth, assets. Compared to all the assets and wealth in the world, it's not a lot, whatever the fuck you have, right? The only way to have a lot is... I don't want to say it, but I'm going to say it, as if you can point bombs in every country or like just shoot them and have no retaliation. Because everyone fears you because you have too much. That's scary, and that's what people want if you play the one-dimension system game. If you play multi-dimension system game, then you become like Rogan, right? You get support from more areas. Because you're a national treasure, then people will look after you. Tend to. You can still get haters, but a lot of it, you start getting support from places you don't know of, which is amazing to view and see. And to know it works and gives you motivation to think, hey, it's okay to be a nice guy. You don't have to cheat your way and lie and thieve and trick your way in this world. You can just do it in a nice way, right? Because the only way you don't do it in a nice way is no one told you could or showed you could. And if someone does, then it's pretty good. But nobody's perfect. Everyone's still growing. That's the whole point. If you can't grow, then die. I think that's how people give up. If they feel like if you're dying, of cancer or something, I'm assuming I haven't been there yet, but if you're dying, well, I am dying, but it's not as fast. So I think you'll give up when you feel that your body can't heal. Like if like, oh shit, this feeling sucks. It hurts. I can't do anything. I'm only conscious like 5 minutes a day. And my days are just like flying by. It's like, what the fuck is happening? Yeah, that would be pretty scary. So it's like, and then your body shrinks because you're in bed. Your legs shrink. You can't use them. At first it was a wheelchair. Now you can't even stay conscious because your body's shutting down because you're not using it. If you don't use your body shuts down. That's very sad. That's very depressing. We talk about all things here. So get used to it. Get used to it. Then now it explains why there's only 4 viewers. I'm not talking about things I think people want to hear. I'm talking about things that might be beneficial to share. For myself, for people, for family, whoever wants to view it. Sharing is caring. I'm getting $78 for my music. $78 a month for my music. I think I spent like 5 digits. Yeah, I spent 5 digits. Middle? No, yeah, maybe. But those, music video more. Those fun times. Could have done it so differently and so much better now. But it's okay. I'll do it in the future again. Maybe next year. I'm going to do some music next year again, I think. Because podcast, it's fun. But I don't know if it's me. I don't know if it's... I might continue if I start losing my vocab. Or, I don't think I lose it. But it's kind of like working out, right? If you don't use it, you lose it, right? That's why people that do stand-up comedy, like if you stay off the stage for a bit, it takes a while to get back. Or you could get, if you're natural, right? I'm not a natural speaker. I don't like talking that much. I think it's a waste of time. But I think it is important because if you do have a family, you need to find a way to express yourself. Okay, Mr. Express yourself. Now, what else is new? Family, sales, and toys, investments. All right, let's talk about investments. People love money. People love money. So let's talk a little bit more about money. So once you stop working for someone else because they pay you shit, and you finally realize whatever you're working for is just shit, and I usually average around 50 to 100k of your commission base, maybe more. It's not a lot of money in the grand scheme of things. How can people think it's enough? Like, you can only think it's enough if you're still in the box. It's like you're playing a video game and you don't know that there's more resources out there. You're only in your little hill. Oh, shit, I was talking about a hill. To let your kids grow, yeah, this is important too. Not so much about money though. More of hobby and finding how to make money in life. You gotta let your kids fall, because when I worked for my dad, I thought that I had everything. But I didn't. There's way more shit out there. So I cut my ties. I rolled down the hill, got away from them, stayed in my valley. I don't know why. It was fun. I don't know why it was fun. So I do know why. Okay, so it was fun. For a bit, then it got tiring. Then I had to find my own hill. There's no resources down at the bottom. It's all bullshit that rolls down. Crazy shit sometimes, but sometimes fun. So I need to find my own hill, and I did. The problem is my brother and sister still on my parents' hill, and they think because it is a decent sized hill. So when they look around, it's like, hey, we're pretty good. We're pretty good, but they don't know there's bigger hills out there because they can't see it. It's not their fault, but at first glance, they can't really see it. Especially if they're only looking at one direction away from, say I'm standing on top of a hill or a mountain, and I'm only looking at one direction, and nothing's blocking my view. And if I assume that one dimension or 1 degree out of 360, that's still just 2D though. And you can look up, down, left, right, whatever. So if I can look elsewhere, maybe I can see bigger hills. And even if I can't, that's not the whole world yet. I still need to travel around. There's bigger mountains out there. You can't just assume. You can't assume. And if you assume that you are right, then that's you're in the trap. You're fucked. You're in the one dimension. But then you can't blame them because they grew up in one dimension. I grew up in one dimension. It took me a while to fucking get out of it and kind of see multiple dimensions. Having a third eye with mushroom. It does work. I think it is it's a third eye. Definitely a third eye. A third eye doesn't mean you can see visually. It just means you can view it mentally. Right? It's there, but you can't see it. It's like thinking of something. And if you have a very vivid image, it almost feels and looks real, like a dream. Every time in my entire life, every time I try to fuck someone in my dream, I get too excited and I wake up. I think because my heart pressure just goes off the roof. Get too excited. That sucks. But hey, that's dream life for you. I don't know how that's beneficial, but it's okay to share. I guess. See? Don't hide anything. That's why there's no episode 2 usually. Because everything is out. What else is new? Meat, motherfuck. Dry aged meat in New Zealand is sold out everywhere. It does stock some. You can find some, but and the good quality ones are just gone. In bulk. People just buying them in bulk now. And then they slice it up, they chuck it in their freezer, and then they'll eat it when they want, which is good. It's healthy. Everyone should have it. But if there's still more restrictions on, meat, then fucking New Zealand government is still talking about, what was it? What do you call it? Those CO2 taxes. Methane tax? I don't know. Cow tax? It's just animal tax. It's hey, we don't want you to eat healthy food. We need you to eat these processed foods. So we understand you slaves more. That's so sad. That is so sad. Terrence Howard is fucking blowing my mind right now. Since yesterday or the day before, I can't remember. Okay, what else is new? Okay, I think I'm losing it. I think I'm getting sleepy and tired again. And my coffee is finished. Anything else I want to cover? No. Well, moral of today's episode, let's sum it up. Don't lie. Don't lie and cheat yourself, and whatever dimension thinking you're on now, that's only 1 degree. So try and expand that. have multiple dimensions of thinking and beliefs. Sometimes you have to believe what the other person believes to actually see their view. And the moment you believe, then you can analyze it. But you need full and more sufficient information before you base your opinion or direction or path. And if you don't grow, then go die, because that's when our body shuts down. It sucks because I got a couple of friends that's like that, and you just can't talk to them because they're just dying. But that's okay, because Elon Musk said most people don't know and they just die. So you help the ones you can. Thanks for watching. You're the ones being helped.